Happy learning. Say no to theft of electricity for the first time every time. Electricity tariffs. What are tariffs? The amount of money frame by the supplier or electric supply utility company for the supply of electrical energy to various types of consumers is known as electricity tariff. Welcome to this channel. My name is Amarnath. I am a certified energy auditor from Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Government of India. The tariff is the method of charging a consumer for consuming electrical power. The tariff covers the total cost of producing and supplying electric energy plus a reasonable profit. Unless the supply company earn a reasonable profit, they will not be eager to upgrade, modify, or develop the system or retrofit the system for the betterment. The actual tariffs that the consumer pay depends on the consumption of the electricity. The consumer bill varies according to their requirements. The industrial consumers pay more tariffs because they use more power for long times than domestic consumers. Moreover, every country, including India, wants to look like welfare government, so they charge lesser tariff for domestic consumers and higher tariff for and compensate. Sometimes these charges are even less than cost of supply and charge higher tariffs to the industrial and commercial consumers. This is also known as cross subsidy. So the electricity tariff depends on the factors of first type of load, whether domestic or commercial or industrial or agriculture or street light. Type of load also include depending upon whether it is inductive load, capacitive load, or the high harmonic consuming high harmonic injecting load. Time at which the load is required. This is also known as time of the day tariff, in which during off-peak hour the tariffs are lower and morning or evening peak hour the tariff is higher. This is done to regulate the load and minimize the power load on generators during peak hours. The power factors of the load. Power factor tariff is a separate subject and I shall discuss it separately in this video. The amount of energy used. Some utility company charges less for lesser consumer lesser consumption, and some utility company charges more for lesser consumption and encourages to consume more and more electricity. Now power tariff is power factor is indicated by cos phi. This is equal to active power by apparent power. Normally in AC system, the all the loads, ideal power factor is unity power factor. All loads are either leading or lagging. For a power factor, normally in India, most of companies for a power factor of 0.85 or higher PF is not being charged. But if the power factor falls below 0.85, for each fall of 0.01, 1% of the amount of bill, including demand charges and consumption charges, is charged. So in case suppose there is some consumer having contract demand of 4000 kVA. They will be charged at the rate of 75% of contract demand or actual contract demand, whichever is higher. Now, if the consumer draws power at the rate of rupees 6 per kWh, and if they consume say 1000 units, so demand in respect of consumption or suppose they consumes 10,000 units. So demand in respect of consumption six into 10,000 equal to rupees 60,000. And in case they forget to disengage the capacitor during offload hours, they may reach the power factor of as low as 0.25 or lesser. So what we discussed earlier, for fall of power factor by 0.01 below 85, 1% will be charged. Here is the power factor is 0.25. So what is the difference? 0.85 minus 0.25 is equal to 0.60. So 60% of the charges on combined charges on unit consumption and demand charge will be charged. So what is the unit consumption? Demand in respect of unit consumption is rupees 60,000. Demand in respect of unit consumption and what we discussed earlier is on demand charge it will be either 75% of contract demand or actual, whichever is higher. So suppose it is 3000 kV, 300 rupees per kVA. Then for 4000, 75% of 4000 is 3000 and 3000 kVA, 75% of CD contract demand into 300 equal to rupees 9 lakh. So what we see here, for poor performance and inefficient use of system, the consumer is charged much only 60,000 in respect of consumption, but rupees 9 lakh for as power factor penalty. On the contrary, if they maintain power factor above 0.85, up to 0.9 there is no incentive, but from 0.9 to 0.95 they get incentive at the rate of rebate rebate incentive at the rate of 1% for every increase in demand, for every increase in power factor above 0.9. So this is the way to take on the power factor, the worst enemy of the power system. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel so that you don't miss next video from this channel. Thank you. Thank you very much.